Hi, Gary LaFrancois with oldbadassdrummer.net. Today's drumming tutorial is going to deal with finger control. And we're not going to get too involved with this. It's pretty simple stuff. Basically, the fingers are going to be doing the same thing this stick is doing. They're going to be bouncing or flicking the drumstick towards the drum head, catching it on the bounce on the way up. Now, this sounds easy, and it kind of is, but with traditional grip, what's going to be happening, thumb's going to be up in the air, so you're not going to be gripping the drumstick with the thumb. That's going to impede the motion of the drumstick. The idea is that the index finger, moving from this knuckle, pushes across the top of the stick, and in doing so, pushes the stick down. Now, this is kind of a weird feel for most people, so I recommend, especially if you're not left-handed, putting the stick in the hand and then just letting the stick kind of just drop, keeping all fingers on this side of the drumstick. As you're lifting the hand to drop it, you're going to make sure that the stick is bouncing underneath your index finger. Okay, you want to feel that stick kind of hitting underneath here. That's kind of the goal with that. When you feel comfortable, you can then start to continue that bounce a little bit by moving the index finger across the drumstick. Okay? And again, if you have problems, you just keep the tip of the stick down, and you can just hit the drumstick like this, moving the index finger from that knuckle. Okay? So you don't have to worry about balancing the drumstick, the stick falling out of your hand. You're just working on that control with your index finger. And then what should happen is this. So the index finger is moving over the top of the drumstick. The drumstick itself is coming down to the pad and then coming back up to a position that would be kind of parallel to the floor a little bit. See? So the fan, if you will, that you're going to see by the stick moving, that little fan deal, it's going to be from here down and back up again. Okay, which is opposite from what's going to be happening with the right grip. It's going to be happening from down here coming up. See? So you have one fan that's starting from here down and one that's starting from there up. But it's the same principle. You're bouncing or flicking the drumstick down to the head and catching the bounce on the way back up again, right? And you're going to have to do that with the index finger moving out. That's where you're going to be catching the drumstick. See? Just like that. The right hand, a little bit different. With the right hand, the stick is going to be moved by the middle finger and well, not the thumb, but just the middle finger moving the stick under the thumb. Okay? So the index finger is not necessarily needed. You're not going to keep it straight or keeping it off the drumstick. I suppose you could do that, but that's not really what the goal is here. The goal is simply to be from this position, right, your normal playing position, turning it over a bit. You're still in your normal playing position, but now you're utilizing the fingers kind of like in a French timpani manner, although that might be a little bit more over to the right from here. But as you can see, if you take a look, the index finger is not really that involved. You can use it to balance the stick over, just to kind of rest the drumstick, if you will, and then still using the middle finger to power the drumstick. The thumb is going to be sort of ahead of the index finger in that grip. And something else about the thumb that's interesting, if you're doing this correctly and you're loose enough, the thumb itself is going to be moving this way across the drumstick. Okay? Here, it's just the index finger moving the drumstick by pushing back towards the thumb. Okay, so let's try a control exercise. Let's do 8 on a hand. And we're going to be coming from the normal position, all right? And for the right hand, you're going to be coming down and turning as you're coming down. That automatically puts the stick right where it needs to be, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You turn it right back up again. You're in the up position. Left hand. 1, 2, 3. You're turning down, right? And you are allowing the drumstick to bounce, and you're continuing with the index finger move. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're going to catch on the upbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or when the stick is in the air. See? So 8 on a hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, before we get started on that, you're not going to be able to go super slow like you would if you were controlling the drumstick more. Okay, you're going to have to. It's going to have to move about this fast at least for you to be able to feel that bounce and to get get some positive affirmation with this exercise. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Okay, so you're ending up, and once you get to that point when you can kind of control the drumstick, we can start by just letting the hands fall and feel the drumsticks kind of lacing together with bounces, right? And you're going to let the fingers kind of monitor that to try to keep them even sounding. And before you know it, what's going to happen is you're going to be controlling that finger control or that finger stroke by simply allowing the sticks to come to the head and bounce. Okay? Now, another exercise for that would again be the 8-count roll exercise, but it would be something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're letting the sticks you fall to the drum head and you're just continuing the bounce. Okay? There'll be some other videos to kind of show you a little bit more what you can do with the finger control stroke. But I would recommend that you don't think that this is going to be your key to super blazing speed. All right? The muscles really weren't meant to do that. I mean, you can if you got big arms, or you're like Dennis Chambers or Billy Cobham, or who's that other guy, Thomas Pridgeon. Those guys are pretty amazing with their finger control. But those, you can see, they're naturally built bigger than I am, and maybe you or maybe not you. But still, it's a finesse stroke. It's something to be able to put some really interesting grace notes and kind of little ornamental things on what you're playing. Okay. Finger control is great if you're playing up-tempo jazz stuff. I'll show you how to do that utilizing finger control in future tutorials. So anyway, if you liked it, please leave a comment. I hope you did. And this is Gary LaFrancois. We'll see you soon.